In a twist that has Washington insiders reaching for their anxiety meds and possibly stronger stuff, President Joe stumble and mumble Biden
I really don't know what he said. I don't think he knows what he said either.
is reportedly contemplating hanging up his aviators for good. After a debate performance that had viewers wondering if he had accidentally wandered onto the set of Celebrity Apprentice Geriatric Edition,
You're fired. Get out of here.
our commander-in-chief is apparently asking himself the age-old question, should I stay or should I go? Of course, the White House's spin machine kicked into high gear, with spokesman Andrew Nothing to See Here Bates declaring the report absolutely false. One can almost picture Bates furiously typing this response with shaking hands, cold sweat breaking out on his forehead, as he realizes his job security is about as stable as Biden's gait. Meanwhile, Democratic Party members are playing a frantic game of political hot potato, with no one wanting to be caught holding on to Biden's crumbling campaign. Representative Lloyd Doggett, at the sprightly age of 77, bravely or senilely, became the first to publicly suggest Biden step aside.
I am hopeful that he will make the painful and difficult decision to withdraw.
Apparently, Doggett's own upcoming re-election campaign slogan of "still kicking, barely blinking" gave him courage to throw stones from his own glass retirement home. Hey fellas, Washington, D.C. is not a senior nursing facility. As the situation unfolds, Biden faces an uphill battle steeper than the ramp to Air Force One. He's clear-eyed about his uphill battle, according to insiders, which is politicians speak for he's in complete denial, but we're too scared to tell him. In a plot twist worthy of political thriller or perhaps slapstick comedy, Democrats are mystified that Mr. Biden has been relying on advice from his, wait for it, son Hunter Biden, who was convicted last month on gun charges stemming from when he was taking crack cocaine.
He might be the white Andrew Tate. This guy's living his best life. We're all just watching it.
He looks good for a crackhead.
Hunter wants some crack. And.
Biden is listening to Hunter rather than the top party leaders.
Lethal amounts of alcohol.
What I can say is that he came back with his dad from Camp David. He walked him into the speech prep, and he was in the room. That I can tell you, he was in the room.
This is a move that screams impeccable judgment. Biden turning to his son for advice, the same son that they said they never talked about business before.
13 days without sleeping.
I guess when you're giving 10% to the big guy, allegedly, you don't need to have many conversations. You just need to do the math.
Perhaps there's 10% in this tucked away for the big guy.
When your campaign's on life support, why not consult the family expert of flatlines?
I still need to fill that hole. Picking through all the rugs, smoking things.
What, was Nick Rekieta not available? At least Hunter's got experience dodging bullets, both literal and metaphorical. Maybe he'll teach Dad how to duck out of the race as he's ducked jail time for the numerous hundreds of crimes that we've all seen on the laptop. In a desperate attempt to stem the bleeding, Biden crashed a Zoom call with his increasingly nervous campaign staff. Channeling his inner William Wallace, or perhaps a confused King Lear, he bellowed, "Let me say this as clearly as possibly can, as simply and straightforward as I can. I am running. No one's pushing me out. I am not leaving. I'm in this race to the end, and we're going to win." Kamala Harris, ever the loyal understudy waiting in the wings.
Kamala Harris, I mean, she stands within a hair's breadth of the presidency. She has the most ridiculous presentation and speeches, Tina. I mean, it's just outrageous.
Chimed in with a rehearsed, "We will not back down." Because nothing says strong, stable leadership like having to remind your own staff that you're still coherent and in charge. One can almost picture the awkward silence that followed, punctuated by only the sound of staffers updating their resumes. As we hurtle toward what promises to be the most nerve-wracking 4th of July since the aliens attacked at Independence Day, one thing's for certain. The fireworks in Washington are just getting started. Will Biden bow out gracefully, or will he stubbornly cling to power like a toddler to their favorite blanket? Only time and possibly a few more cringeworthy public appearances will tell. Stay tuned, America. This roller coaster's got a few more loops before it comes to a screeching halt. Just remember to keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, and maybe bring a barf bag just in case.
Middle MAGA.